Today I'm going to be talking about growing up biracial. So, for my personal experience, I am black and white, and basically, growing up biracial, it had its challenges for sure, especially not knowing which group to go to, being that neither group would accept me. So, that was very challenging because I'd go to the white side and they'll be like, oh, you're not white enough. And then I'll go to the black side, they'll be like, oh, you're too white or you're not black enough. And so I've always had challenges with either side. And I would get like little girls pulling my hair because my hair type was different. I would get called derogatory names once they did find out I was black. That was the whole thing. That was crazy because I literally grew up with in a white and Mexican students and culture of that school, and there was barely like any black kids. There's maybe like two. So, um, in my case, nobody really knew what I was. In that conversation, it was never happened. But then once they did find out I was black, it was like derogatory names completely. So that was not fun, obviously. But it was very weird because that's never happened to me, especially that young. I was like, what is this? And it didn't make any sense. Plus, I have a white mom and I have a white dad. Sorry. I have a white mom and a black dad. So people that are mixed will say like your story or how you grew up determines like if your mom's white and or your mom's black, like you wouldn't be able to do certain things. And I've had that too, those conversations, and that's a lot. And I'm like, why can't we just all get along because we're both biracial and we have similar stories than differences. So I don't know why we're going back and forth because I've had conversations with other mixed kids or biracial kids and they'll say to me, oh, like you don't understand, like I grew up with a black mom, so like I wasn't able to do this and that, and I completely can understand that and respect that, but I'm just saying I don't want us to fight and argue when our experiences are more similar than we are different. So that's why I wanted to create and talk about this because I want us mixed kids and biracial kids to get along because we're literally going through the same things. And I feel like, for me at least, when I was growing up, it was very lonesome and I didn't have anybody to really talk to about being biracial because it's such a unique experience being biracial. So that's why I wanted to create a conversation about it. And I just believe that having whichever set of parents is which race, it's gonna come with challenges no matter what, and which is completely normal, right? But for me, in my experience, my mom is very she's very opposite of what you think like of a white mom to be. She's very opposite. And my dad, same thing, like he's the opposite of what you think like in a stereotypical think of a black father to be or act. He's completely the opposite of the stereotype or the stereotypical beliefs. And so that was very challenging, very weird because my mom was very like loud and all, just crazy. And then my dad is very like quiet and like people pleasing and like go with the flow type. So that's very not the stereotypical is what I mean by that. And that had its sets of challenges as well because my mom was raising me and she doesn't fully know, well she did for an extent, but like she just fully doesn't understand what it's, and she never will, right? Not no white person's ever gonna understand the experiences that I go through being black. So she did her best and she did really good. and learned a lot. And my dad was like the complete opposite. Like he knew exactly what it was like to be a black man living in the world, and but wasn't helping me or guiding me through it. So that's why it was so rough for me, because I'm like, he, all he has to do is guide me and help me, and he had his choice and didn't do that. So then I was just left trying to figure everything out and trying to understand where do I go and where do I belong. So that was a lot of me growing up just confused and like, oh, what do I do? And like there's no one you really can go to talk to as well. And I found out that's because you can go and talk to your friends, but they don't really understand because they're not mixed or biracial. So then it's like, oh, like they can relate or kind of like try to connect, but they don't really get it. And that's okay because at least they're there for you now. But I just think being biracial is such a unique, but it's also so beautiful to be biracial because you are unique and it's you and you're the only, like you're the only one of you. And I think that's what makes it so unique and beautiful. Plus you can like have both cultures to learn about, and that's very beautiful. So being biracial is a blessing, of course, and having challenges is what makes us. But I just believe that being biracial and having stories to share is what connects us. And I hope that somewhat of what I said can help someone in any way. And I just want you to take away from this is that no matter your struggles or what you're currently facing because you might be biracial, I just want you to know that you will get through it, and you matter more than the noise around you, and what you matter more than what people will say about you, because you are here for a reason and you deserve to be here. And if they don't want to accept you, either group, create your own and find your people, because they will find you and you will find them. And that's what I learned through this whole experience of being biracial is I don't need to fit in with the white people, or I don't need to fit in with the black people. Like the people that are meant for me and accept me for who I am found me, and I have found them. So I just want you to know that it will get better, and the people you are with right now is literally temporary. So like if you're in school right now, you're in high school or college, and like you don't really fit in with any of your cultures, it's okay, because you will find the group for you. And just allow yourself to be you, and allow yourself to be free and open and genuine, because that's really what matters at the end of the day. And just remember that we have more similarities than we have differences. And always remember, you matter more.